And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kassarian, and today we are looking at a new version of the Urbic. So we're actually going to use the same trim as our previous Urbic, the Urbic Prince. And we're going to do transverse front-wheel drive. Let's modernize the design a bit. Bring that forward a little bit. Bring that forward a little bit. There we go. So engine-wise, we have a couple engine options. We can actually use our XC8 engine, which is interesting. So let's duplicate this one. And we're going to roll this forward by 2 years. Where this engine's pushing 259 horsepower. So we're going to go with the... let's do an NA for right now. Let me look at something, though. We cannot turbocharge it. All right, we don't have the space in this vehicle to turbocharge it. And we're going to have to make some changes, though. This is going to be the NA Street. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into fuel here. We're going to drop this down to actually a performance air intake. Yeah, which should drop our noise down just a little bit. Yeah. So ignition timing's all the way up. This is a beast of an engine, by the way. How much extra octane do I have here? Not enough to really do anything with. Though if I go up to a three-way cat, that gives me a lot better power. Watch this. 242 to 257. And then if we go to a tubular, long tubular, short cast, long tube, short cast, long tube. It gives us more horsepower. It's actually, wow, it's a lot lighter. A lot lighter than those short cast ones are. All right, so let's move ahead. We know how this engine sounds. Manual, single clutch, 5-speed. Now it's claiming 177. I don't think we'll get there. Now, this is also the point where, okay, this is a front-wheel drive vehicle. Okay. I thought it was. All right, so we're going to need some decent engine cooling. Sports Compound Road. Oh, that's something I wanted to change too. Hold on. Nope. No, we're being limited by interior space, I think. Yeah, because it's double wishbone, I think. We're on double wishbone, right? Yep, double wishbone in the front. I was afraid of that. All right. Which severely limits our engine space and our wheel sizing. That's unfortunate. Mags. Look like that. Thank you. And our rears are constrained. Oh, that's nice. So that's as good as we're going to get there. Let's do vented single in the rear. None. We'll check downforce later. Cooling airflow is going to be 239.4. I figured it would be something close to that because that's roughly what this engine requires on a good day. So let's look at grills. Let's do one of these grills. Let's make it shiny. Let's reduce the horizontal size. Let's do that. All right, so we have 354, so let's come back to here. Okay. Let's get some quality on that too. This is going to be a 4-seat sport, premium, advanced 70s. Okay, standard gas twin passives with sport rig suspension. What are we looking at? All right, drivability's nice. They like the drivability. Let's look at the detail stats now. Cornering's a little worse. Bump test is better. Brake distance, yeah. Sportiness. What's the problem? The problem is everything. Okay. Understeer oversteer is an issue. Chassis stiffness, meh. Torque curve, they like that. Brake fade, they don't like that. So what's the big flippin' issue here? Brake distance. Oh, that's what's wrong with the brake distance. Front. We have no brake fade. They're liking this thing a bit better. We're already way over requirement on our rears. I don't think adding any... Yeah, it's not going to really help at all. A little bit more size there. All right, so now what do we have to fix? Brake distance is better. They don't like the tire profile. Duh. Downforce is an issue. Yeah. Brake balance is now an issue. Yeah, not even going to go there. Understeer, oversteer, I figured that would be an issue. Okay, that's looking better. And that looks pretty good there. 36 on that. It's that brake balance thing that's the issue. The thing is, I'm not even certain. And if I switch to singles, right? All right, hold on. Let's keep it up at doubles. We'll hold it, right? So we can revert later. Okay, let's switch to a single piston, but make it nice and big. That's not going to help. Twin piston, not as big. If we go up to doubles, it's not helping at all. But I think that's because of the just lack of grip back here. I mean, hell, we can go to drums and they like drums better. Oh, because we're so far over. That's the issue you guys are having. Okay. We do have some brake fade going on, but here's the deal, right? The brake fade is actually less of an issue than the brake balance is an issue. Let's look at that now. Detail stats. There we go. Brake fade -5, but look at the brake balance. It's way down. So we're actually doing better. Okay. I like that. They like the engine. Engine sound they don't like. All right, so let's go back to the engine now. Fine. You get no muffler. How do you like that? You don't like that at all. Because apparently everything just changed. Because my weight distribution just changed. Excuse me for a few seconds while I beat my head into the ground. Okay. So that means we got to go back. Oh, God. All right. Fix this. 0.6, 0.9, 0.9. Nice. Great. Okay. What else do we have to fix? Brake fade. Yay, brake fade. That's the thing, though. With the drums on there, I can't really fix it. Because watch, if I go to race, we start losing stats. So the brake fade is just going to be something we have to live with then. Okay, they like everything here. Chassis stiffness. I still have no idea how to fix chassis stiffness. They like the body CD. Interesting. We have no downforce in the vehicle, though. Oh, geez. Actually, that's not a bad curve, come to think of it. And top speed of 155. We have a holy crap lot of wheel spin on this thing, though. Yeah, we still have a holy crap lot of wheel spin, but there honestly isn't much we can do about that. I mean, yeah, we're already doing as best we can on that. We really are. Yeah, I'd have to do some really major changes to this design to get it much better than that. All right, but I think that works. Now, this is going to be the Sport 8. And I do believe that this will probably end up being the last version of this vehicle. This will probably be the last version of this vehicle. I'm thinking. Safety, they like the safety. Okay. How are we looking here? Well, as typical, we're more expensive than just about everything else. No, muscle car. Muscle, this isn't a muscle car. What the hell are you talking about? Track. We're doing okay in track. We're cheaper. Much cheaper, actually. We're not beating anything, but we're actually cheaper than most of the competitors, which is a new experience for us. Okay, so let's give ourselves a new trim. And we're going to call this the Superjet. We're still front-wheel drive. And we're actually going to steal the X01 Custom. Which, remember, this is a lighter engine. It's a turbocharged V6. All right? So it's a lighter engine than what we're used to using. 255 horsepower, which isn't bad. High rever again. Straight through, straight through. Now, yeah, the X01A should be fine. All right, let's flip ahead. Wait, too big? It's not too big. You told me it was a green light. Okay, so apparently we can't load that one. Yeah, alright, apparently those are too big. Okay. You know what? Let's spin this off entirely. Let's spin this off entirely. We're going to produce that. It's the only model line of the Urbic we're going to produce, but we are going to also produce the Superjet. coupe body style. Last 10 years, please. Front engine. All right. Let's find something that looks good. That's kind of a sports car. That only has a 3-door, 2-door body style. That has everything, but I don't like it. Looks like a decent mid-engine wheelbase. Isn't this the same vehicle we're using for the... This looks like the same body style we're using on another vehicle. Alright, so let's pull that back. Let's give ourselves some more engine room. We'll yank that back. Give up this bit more space there. We'll slit that back. Give us a very nose appearance there. I want that dragged back as far as possible. A bit more space there, and a bit more space there. Okay. This is going to be known as the Superjet. This is a semi-experimental, possibly production line vehicle. So, next. Space frame. Steel. Transverse. See, now it tells me stiffness average, stiffness low. Weight very high, extremely high. Material cost low, tooling cost very low, engineering low. Safety is low, corrosion high. Prestige average. So what's the advantage of this thing? Low tooling cost, low engineering time, no mass production. 442.9. 442.9. Huh. Okay, we're gonna go McPherson, double wishbone rear. And corrosion resistant steel, I think. Which seems to be becoming my standard. Now, the reason I'm going with the McPherson in the front is because, honestly, we need to fit a big engine in here. Alright, so first things first. Put that on the front. Then the grills. All right, we want something that looks jet engine-like. We're getting there. We are getting there. All right, headlights. Yoink. I don't really like how those look. They're kind of too regular for me. So what if we shift these up, right? Drag them around a bit more. So make sure I can see those directionals from the front. There we go. And then we want to put headlights. We'll put these in. There we go. We'll badge this like that. A little lower. And we'll badge this like that. Okay, door handles. Put those on. No. Space Age Robert, Space Age Robert. Cass, whatever my name is. IRL, Robert's my name. And we'll put those on there. Yeah, those look Space Age and a bit more advanced. That looks good. Okay, and then exhausts. That's another question. Big. Right next to each other. There we go. Again, jet engine. Okay, so this is going to be the two-door. But not the convertible two-door. Two-door sport. Okay. What engines can we use in this thing? We can use the XE8s. Which isn't a bad engine design. Now, the question of the day is, can we turbocharge an XE8? Nope, we cannot. It's going to be way too big of an engine. No, we can. Look at that. Okay. The compressor was just set way too big. Water air medium. Perfect. Okay, so now we have the turbo. 1980 turbo variant. Look at this, guys. All right, we're doing it. Fuel octanes way off the charts. Oh, hold on, guys. All right, sorry about that. My printer I'd ordered just showed up, and I had to go answer the door. Okay, so fuel octanes would get high. We knew that would happen. We knew that would happen. Okay, so first things first, I know how to solve this. One of the ways we're going to really bring that compression ratio way down. There we go. Give ourselves a bit more cam profile on that. There we go. All right, so we're pushing 294 horsepower. Wow. 301 horsepower. There we go. All right, we need to increase our exhaust diameter a little bit because we're having issues. 309 horsepower. Okay. No mufflers on anything. Let's see how this thing sounds. Like another jet turbine. This appears to be something we like to do quite a bit to build more jet turbines. Oh, we're capping our... okay. Bit more power in there, guys. Yeah, there we go. All right, so